Welcome back to Buck What You Heard. My name is Gene. You can reach me at Buck What You Heard. You follow me, I will follow you back. And tonight, believe it or not, it's crazy. The Bucs are 6-2. Bucs are 6-2.
First time since when?
Yeah, I don't. I'm still trying to get past the 6-2 part. Special, always co-host KB. What's going on, man?
Oh, not much, man. Relishing that 6-2 as well.
Yeah, there you go. So, how you feeling right now, man? Are you like upset at the way the Bucs won, or does that like how are you feeling right now about that game? I know you've gone back and watched the game over again.
Actually, I feel great. I was tweeting during the entire game that basically Daniel Jones was going to lose this game, or at least the Giants were going to lose this game. It was definitely an off night for the Bucs. However, it's the Bears game, but the better version. If they walked out of that Thursday night with the win, I think we'd all be happy. And I think we all kind of have to be there right now. They walked out on Monday. They didn't play probably their worst game, in my opinion, of the year, maybe tied with like that Saints game the first week. But it's just, it is what it is, but you got to win.
I'm not gonna lay all this at the feet of the Tampa Bay Bucs. Offensive coordinator Jason Garret, he called a good game.
Yeah.
I'm going to give the devil his due. The guy called a good game. He did what he needed to do, and that's what he did. The way he was calling plays and the way they were executing, they did what they needed to do, and they kept the game close. It wasn't a blowout like we all thought it would be. I figured that it would be at least a 2-touchdown game personally, but these guys went out there and they played. And when you have one win all season, you ain't got nothing to lose. You're going to go out there and do what you do.
For sure.
So, in saying that, and because we're going to cover all the dynamics of that game personally. I know everybody else has got to that. Everybody else has gotten to talk to that ahead of us. So, we get to, you kind of say whatever you want to say. But I remember hearing your tweets and seeing your tweets, and you were talking about the flow of the game. I posted a question on Twitter last week about how everybody felt about Lord Byron, and I gotta ask, man. How do you feel? When you remember that tweet, I think. Oh, let me see if I can find it. Fucker, that was just crazy. Let me see if I can find it. I'm sure I can here.
Yeah, while you're finding that, basically, I've been. For the past probably 5 or 6 weeks. Once I started game 3, I started seeing the trend of his play calling. Mm-hmm. I'm just not a fan personally. It's just not the way that I see the game and the way that I think, make the game easy for yourself, kind of what Tom Brady's done his entire career and what he's even currently doing with the Bucs, take what's there, but as an offense for a lot of the play calling, it's not really taking what's there. If you're running up the gut with Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams is their edge. This team's built to stop the run. They're weak in the secondary outside of Bradbury. You could have picked him apart easily, thrown a lot more on first downs. And a lot of people, after the game talked about how, actually after looking at the breakdown, they actually passed more than they ran on first down. But if you're so successful passing on first down, why even deviate? That's what I don't understand.
I don't. I don't quite get it. I know the Bucs are winning right now.
Yeah.
How does this scheme work against a Kansas City Chiefs team?
See that's where you're going to run into even the Drew Brees and the Saints. They're just going to go 3 or 4 or 5 yards every single play, keep getting first downs, and if you're stalling and going 3 and out yourself, you're just going to give Drew Brees and Patrick Mahomes more opportunities, which is what you cannot do. It's like when we brought in T-Bass, a couple weeks ago. T-Bass is, he's an analytics guy. He is a big fan of just throwing more often than you pass. You don't need to run to set up play action. You can get away with, honestly, just running play action. Because if you just stop the linebackers, you win as an offense.
There you go. And, okay, just looking through the chat. I'm sorry. I'm missing. I've been missing a lot of these quotes. Hey, and we do have a special guest on. I wasn't going to say anything, I wanted this to be a surprise. I've been trying to get her on for about a month now, and it just hasn't worked out. Our schedules conflict. But special guest Ruth the Truth is coming on to hang out with us here and talk about this game. Let me go ahead and bring her on. Ruth the Truth.
Hello, gentlemen. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you can find her on the Martine Grammatica show, Beauty and the Cleats, and you're just all over the place.
Yes, the quarantine has really given me a chance to reevaluate my life and put some gas under the ass. So, I've been on fire for the past 6 months. Yeah, I went from having one show to 4 shows to being on a TV show. So
that's what it's all about right there.
Yeah, you guys can catch me on the Martine Grammatica show from 9 to 11 Eastern time on zliving.com. I'm also on Roku, Sling TV, ATT-Uverse. I'm on 11 different
call in and ask her
just keep bragging, girl. Keep bragging.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Something to be happy about.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
And you know what, guys, call in. If you're not following her on Twitter, you need to be following her on Twitter for real. She's legit. When it comes to sports, especially basketball, I called her out on her jump shot, and she showed me what was up there. So I'm gonna have to go out, get my fat ass out there on the court and shoot a few jumpers too. So I can see what I can do.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on it.
No, I'm gonna do it this weekend. I'm gonna get it. I just found my air pump. It's for my basketball here. So
you've been telling me that for the past 2 weeks now. I'm gonna have to come show you what's up, Gene.
So how are you doing? I mean, how are you looking at these games? And I'm not gonna bag on your team because I show respect to all the people that come on here. So I'm not gonna. I normally would, but I'm not going to because you are.
No, go ahead. I'm used to it by this time. I can take it. I'm a tough girl.
Yeah. So I mean, just with the NFL as a whole, how are you enjoying the season right now? I mean, other than.
I'm happy that we are able to have a season and the NFL was able to make it happen. It's a little discouraging with all these positive COVID testing that's going on because I was trying to push for them to do a bubble format so we could, avoid having to reschedule push games back, things like that. But I'm happy with what's going on. Is it true that they're thinking about having the Super Bowl at 25%?
Yes.
Yeah,
sure.
I've heard
it's less fans for the Super Bowl than what are currently allowed in Raymond James for home games.
Oh, I see. That's interesting. I'm really excited for the Super Bowl to be at the Raymond James Stadium because I live just an hour away. So you definitely can expect me to be there in that building somehow.
Yeah,
they're gonna have a hard time keeping me out.
I tell you what. Then, I guess we'll have to meet up and we can go to the NFL Experience and I can show you my arms, show you a little bit of arm strength there.
Yeah, we can run some routes whenever you're ready.
No, I ain't running no routes. There's not enough oxygen in the world for me to be running routes out there. Are you kidding me? Trying to kill me out there. No, we were talking about the Giants game, and a lot of people were upset in their feelings. You have a great following of Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans, so you get to see the good and the bad. When a team is winning, you get to see the good and the bad. When they win ugly, people are still upset. What was your take on that game when you were watching it?
I was a little disappointed. I felt like they were playing sloppy. I felt like I wasn't watching the same team that I've been watching for the past few weeks, especially coming off of that Green Bay win and then beating the Raiders on the road. I wasn't expecting for them to fall behind that quick and actually make Daniel Jones and the Giants look like a legitimate team. And everybody knows I'm obviously a Dallas Cowboys fan. So when it comes to Jason Garrett, I kind of don't want to see him win. I mean, he's a nice guy. I'll give him that. But I do not want to see him win, especially with my division rivals. So that was a little discouraging seeing that. But, I mean, we got the win. As ugly as it was, it still happens. All we can hope for is that they're watching film and they're going to be cleaning up the mistakes that they had. I mean, I was really shocked when Rojo also fumbled the ball. I feel like that was kind of a turning point of the game. I kind of feel like that breathed a lot of air into the Giants after that happened. So, but yeah, coming from that, we gotta definitely clean it up. Tom Brady is well aware of the mistakes that he made, and he holds himself responsible and he holds himself accountable, which is great. And I think Bruce Arians does a great job with, the coaching staff and keeping everybody in line. And with the addition of Antonio Brown coming, like that's just going to be lights out from here.
You got basketball on the mind, don't you?
I do. I always got basketball on my mind.
But anyway,
basketball was my first love.
I know. I saw the jumpers. I know. You don't got to tell me.
Yeah, but I got an arm too. I was a varsity quarterback for our flag football team all 4 years in high school. So
you got that arm.
I could throw a couple dimes. Yeah, I could. I think the furthest I ever threw was like 40 yards, and it was like a perfect spiral. So
there you go. That's
they call me Ruth the Truth for a reason. So
yeah, there ain't no lies there, right?
Right, exactly. But Gene, tell me what your take was. I know that you probably would watch film even after the game, so you were able to dissect it.
The one thing I will say is that as much as you don't want to see Jason Garrett succeed, I thought he called a good game. I thought that he was able to keep the Buccaneers off balance, keep that defense off balance. He did play to their strengths, played their strengths against them, basically, because the Buccaneers are a speed defense. And he was able to get plays off, and the Bucs were just never able to set the edge at times, and it was just it was tough. It was just they were off balance throughout the whole game. So it's just one of those things where this was one of those games that if this had been any other time in any other decade or whatever, the Bucs don't win this game. Yeah. Just based on the adversity they suffered, and I argue this with whoever. I mean, you could go back to 2012. I remember the Eagles game. It happened to be the 10th anniversary or something like that of the Super Bowl, and the Bucs had the game won, and the defense couldn't keep him out of the end zone, and they just drove down the field and they won the game. The defense was a liability. I thought what Tampa did, they kept themselves in the game. Solid kicking game. Shout out to Ryan Suckup. And I have to take time out right here. I am on the Ryan Suckup apology tour right now for the rest of the season because I was mad. I was borderline mad and very much indifferent on him coming in. And what he's done has been to calm down, parts of the special teams that we always had concerns about. So getting to see him go out there and do his thing, and he's doing what he was paid to do, and we just haven't had that for a long time. So the solid kicking. No turnovers by the quarterback, and the Bucs win this game, and that's what we need going down the stretch.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about that controversial OPI at the end of the game. That really kind of was it an OPI?
No, he looked DPI or no? DPI. Yeah, no, it wasn't DPI. He turned his.
I've grown onto the Trevor Sikkema answer for this. I don't want the NFL officiating crews to reward bad throws by quarterbacks. And that to me was the worst location that ball could be at. Antoine Winfield did not touch the receiver until after the ball had hit him in the elbow. And by that point, I mean, what can you really do as a defender? I mean, it's not like he tackled
he did get his head turned around looking for the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, he just did it like a half a second too late. Like
you're right.
He did turn. He was trying to play the ball. Yeah. He wasn't trying to push Dion Lewis down or anything like that. I mean, if you're going to throw the flag, I'm surprised that they, overturned it. But
right, that's what I was surprised with because isn't it you're supposed to like have legitimate evidence of,
it's like indisputable evidence. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, shout out to Smack Apparel. Love you guys. Been there since the beginning. Shout out to Robbie. What's going on, bro? I love Smack Apparel. I think they've got some nice T-shirts out there. Bruce Arians, Tom Brady, the Brady Bunch. I mean, it's pretty dope. But anyway, just kind of getting back to this. I just noticed he was in the chat. I wanted to say what's up. Andy Finley from Scotland. What's going on, brother? How you doing? I would say shooter in the stash, but I don't care. He's supposed to be banned from the show. But I'm going to let him hang around because I'm a nice guy.
Why is he being so bitter? What does he mean by finally some legitimacy added to the show?
Because he banned me from 2 of his shows for no reason. I don't know what this guy is.
They have a bitter rivalry between them. So you being on the show makes it more legit.
Yeah, it makes it worse. So no, we actually hung out and we live streamed watching the game together, and that was fun actually. You can't right now with COVID-19, you can't get together with your friends and hang out or whatever. But, we all got together on StreamYard and everybody logged in. He put the link out for anybody to join us. And we just got in there and watched the game. And we're going to probably do that again Sunday. Is everybody's going to get together, just come in and, give your thoughts on the game, get on live for a little bit or whatever, and just enjoy the game together.
Is this a Sunday night game or Sunday?
Yep, it's a Sunday night game.
Yeah, prime time.
All right, that's my guy right there. Nestor Cervantes says, Ali Marpet in concussion protocol. Any chance of playing? That's up in the air right now. He hasn't completed concussion protocol as of right now. What do we have until Friday? I think Friday we know.
Yeah, if we have to clear by Friday, I believe.
Yeah, I think you have to clear by Friday. So we'll kind of see how that all works out. And Ali Marpet has quietly been having a really good season, and that's another guy that you don't hear his name, but you will notice his presence miss when he's not in the game. So.
Brandon Thorne has him as the number 1 rated left guard in the NFL right now, above Quentin Nelson currently, and he also has Ryan Jensen as the highest rated center, and the highest graded right tackle right now is Tristan Wirfs, the rookie. So this Bucs offensive line, not having him is a big deal. Should he not?
Yeah,
play.
It really is. And I'm trying to get that brisket recipe from Jensen, so I'm still working on that. We'll see how I'll keep you guys informed on how that's going to work out.
That man knows his needs.
Andy Finley said, for all us regular viewers who have to look at your mug, I'll show you help us out with that, Ruth.
Appreciate you, Andy.
Hey, don't give this fool any fuel right now. We do not need to give Andy any fuel at all. No, it was really awesome. I got to actually stay with him in Scotland, man, and his room, his TV room is decked out in Bucs. It's just
that is
Bucs.
definitely a bucket list location for me is Scotland. I just want to go camping in the mountains and get lost and find some mushrooms.
Yeah, Glasgow is nice. Yeah. So just kind of getting back to the game, and then we'll talk a little bit about the Saints game. Who if you know me, I do not like the Saints. So, with the Saints coming up, I thought that this was a eye-opener for the Bucs. And even though they didn't lose, I think this lets them know that they need to work on some things. And, just watching that game, we were talking before you jumped on, we were talking about Byron Leftwich and what everybody thought about Byron Leftwich and how his play calling is gone. And, what do you? I mean, you've watched the game. You watched the game. You've been watching the Bucs throughout the season, along with your team. And what are your thoughts? I mean, what do you think about Byron? I mean, is he? The Bucs are winning games. The Bucs are 6-2. Haven't been 6-2 since 2002.
Right.
So is he calling good plays, or what? In your opinion, what's going on?
I think that adding somebody like Tom Brady to the madness is just. I think he's learning what Brady likes and what works well with everybody, and that's how he's determining these calls for the game. So I'm impressed. I mean, they're 6-2. We're looking good. I mean, what about you?
Oh, I go back and forth. I'm gonna let KB, because KB has been talking about this. We've been discussing this for a couple.
That your name was Drew Brees' arm is dead.
We sometimes have fun with the nameplates.
Yeah, that's what you got to do right there. I want to kind of get you, KB. What do you think? I mean, because we talked about this and we talked about the flow of the game, and I want to get your thoughts on this. And again, the Bucs are winning. Let's first and foremost, the Bucs are winning. They're 6-2. This is not like the end of the world, but it's something that needs to be looked at. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on my little soapbox for the past 6 weeks, kind of with Byron. My issues are that, even though he either has extremely good drives or extremely inefficient drives. And that goes to, trying to run the ball excessively to set up a play action, but you run to play action 6 times to every one. Like, a lot of the plays aren't building off of each other. Like, if you watch like a Sean McVay offense or a Kyle Shanahan offense, every play has 5 different things that can be done in that one play, and then each play, you're going to see every single time you're going to see something different. You're going to run once, but then the next 2 times you're on 1st and 10, you're going to go play action. And you're just going to keep the defense off balance on their toes, which the Bucs, I mean, it hasn't been as predictable of an offense as it's been for like the past decade.
Yeah.
But it's still predictable. And I think that's just going to hinder their chances against teams like the Chiefs or the Saints or the Seahawks. Obviously, they did great against the Packers, but I think the defense had more to do about that than the offense. But we're seeing efficient football, which I'm not going to complain about. Right. It's just I'm looking for that extra inch that'll help propel us to actually have a Super Bowl run. That's my pick.
Yeah, like rolling into the third quarter out of halftime and being able to go down the field and score. That helps momentum right there when you can go down and do something like that. But when you come out of halftime and you have stalled drives and then you're scrapping throughout the game, I mean that shouldn't be something with the number of weapons that the Bucs have. That shouldn't be an issue. But with that being said, how comfortable are you? I'm going to start with you, KB. How comfortable are you with this wide receiver core? Because we've got an addition to talk about that we haven't really discussed.
Since he's living with Brady, I'm going to say 9 out of 10. If he wasn't, I'd probably say 5. But, I mean, this dude's obsessed with Brady. The dude shows up to his press conference in a TB12 hat. We already know he's living with him. And apparently there's a voicemail that made rounds saying that he was going to follow Tom everywhere he went. So, we already know Tom Brady doesn't keep his eyes focused on one receiver. Otherwise, I'd be worried about that. But, insert Antonio Brown should Chris Godwin not play over Jaden Mickens, for instance, that played on Monday night. He got a lot of targets. He led the team in targets. Jaden Mickens hadn't played receiver really at all this season. Led the team in targets. So insert AB. It's just going to help Mike Evans not get as many one-on-ones. He's going to have a defined role. And then Chris Godwin gets healthy. Scary. So that's scary.
Yeah, it really is. And this is good because you're not having to rush Chris Godwin back. So, Ruth, what do you think?
Not only do you not have to rush Chris Godwin back because, he's nursing the injury, but it's also going to take this double team off of Mike Evans, which is going to get somebody open. So Antonio Brown is going to be serving as a weapon as well as a distraction. So I'm happy with the addition. I'm hoping that, this isn't going to blow up in our face because something that I went to on Twitter is, what do we do? Because it always seems to happen when Antonio Brown puts on a new uniform, something arises. Somebody realizes that they got raped not too long ago because he's wearing a new uniform. More allegations are I'm just a little worried about these allegations surfacing out of nowhere, just somebody realizing this did happen to me a couple of years ago. I should probably speak about it right now since, he's in the media right now and he has, everybody's all eyes are on him. So I'm a little skeptical right now.
Yeah, shout out to Ren. Can I just say one thing? Shout out to Ren from the Pewtercast. He tweeted out earlier, Antonio Brown's first picture of him is holding his helmet, and his quote for it was basically, "Oh shit, isn't this supposed to be a space helmet?" Because with Antonio Brown, it's just what? It's what's going to be the thing that's going to set everyone over the edge. So I thought that was hilarious. Sorry, Gene. What were you saying?
No, you're good. You're good. Shout out to L. Bushman. He's saying, as he was saying, you don't need to rush Godwin back. This is true. You don't really need to. So
he's probably saying that because he has Mike Evans on his fantasy team, so he wants Mike Evans to get as many targets as he possibly can.
Oh yeah,
and that makes total sense.
Mm-hmm.
So you're good. You're good hanging out. How much time you have for us here tonight?
Who, me?
Yeah. Because I know you have Beauty and the Cleats coming up.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take that.
I'll go till 7:30 just so I could go get ready for the.
All right. Well, in that case, because you are a special guest, and it's what we do for our special guests, just to show that we do care, we have something we call the hot seat. And so with the hot seat, you get 10 questions. 10 questions, and I know you've got this. I've got faith in you. There you go. 10 questions in 1 minute. And you can do it because it's been done. And these are NFL questions. NFL, around the NFL. Could be
I'm
AFC,
scared.
NFC. No, don't be scared. You've got this. Trust me. You've got this. So
right.
So what I'm going to do, how it usually works.
Is this multiple choice?
No.
It's real simple. real simple. You cannot mess this up. If I can do it, anybody can do it. But of course, I know the answers. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you the first question, and then we're going to go. Okay.
Shut up, Evan. He's being a jerk right now.
All right. First question: Cleveland Browns in the playoffs, contenders or pretenders?
Pretenders.
All right. Houston Texans will get the first pick of the 2021 draft. Buy or sell?
Sell.
Tom Brady.
I feel like the Jets are going to get the number 1 pick.
Tom Brady, league MVP. Buy or sell?
Buy.
Who you got, Levante David or Antoine Winfield Jr.? Easy question.
Antoine Winfield Jr.
Oh, okay. 49ers will make the playoffs. Buy or sell?
Sell.
Sleeper
Jimmy's
pick for
gone.
the playoffs.
Kittle's gone. No way. Bosa's been gone from the beginning of the season. No, it's not happening.
Sleeper pick for the playoffs. Miami Dolphins or LA Rams?
Wait, say it again?
Sleeper pick for the playoffs. The Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins or LA Rams?
The Rams.
Antonio Brown, 500 yards, over or under?
Over.
For the season. Adam Gase will be fired before the season is over. Buy or sell?
I think he's going to last till the end of the season. I don't think they're going to make any moves right now.
Buffalo Bills, contenders or pretenders?
Contenders.
Who's got the higher football IQ, you or L. Bushman?
Me. Because he's a baseball guy, so I'll take it.
Yeah, you better say that. All right. You didn't. Of course, I know these questions were kind of tough. Hopefully, I can get you on again. I'll make the questions easier. I promise.
Wait, did I fail?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you can't keep talking. It's just you got 1 minute.
You got boom. You got to get the questions in there. So.
Oh, I see. Okay.
We'll get you next time.
I'll be ready next time.
You will be ready next time. Hey, Ruth, thank you so much for taking time to come on. You are a great sport. This is your first experience with the hot seat, and I know you'll do better next time. I promise.
Thanks.
All right. But anyway, hey guys, if you're not following Ruth, please follow Ruth the Truth on Twitter. And she's really making moves. Check her out on the Martine Grammatica show. If you can, call in. I love it. They will take your call and
we're not doing call-ins anymore. We're allowing people to Skype in, so you could actually have your face on international television on live TV.
That's right.
So if you have Skype downloaded on your phone,
they've upgraded since I've called in.
Yes, we have. So if you have Skype downloaded on your phone, all you got to type in is the Martine Grammatica show, and from 9 to 11, you could Skype in and have your face on international TV.
That's
all right. That's what it's all about right there. You got my man L. Bushman all riled up now.
I know, and he's about to produce Beauty and the Cleats right now, so I know we're about to go at it.
Well, anyway, hey, thank you so much for coming on. You have been a great sport, and I look to hopefully have you on again before the season's up. Thank you so much.
Let me know when you're ready for that shootout, Gene.
Oh, yeah. I'm posting my video this weekend. Trust me. I found my
all right, have a good night, gentlemen.
Shoot some ball. Yeah, it's going to happen. All right. Guys, thank you so much. That was Ruth the Truth. She's really doing a lot with Tampa sports, basketball, and a lot with football. I can't speak for her choice in football teams because she's a Cowboys fan, but it is what it is. But anyway, so let's take some calls. Let's see if we can get some calls here. That would be kind of fun. We haven't had any calls yet, so I gotta tell you a funny story. So somebody called me on Saturday morning. It was like 5 a.m. And they asked me, am I live? And I'm like, no, that was from Wednesday. That show was on Wednesday.
Are you serious?
Yes. So this dude's like talking to me about football. I'm hungover, number one. Totally hungover. 5 a.m. And, my room is like blackout dark. And I'm sitting here and I'm trying to gather my thoughts here. And I'm thinking, oh, man, should I be on the air? And then I'm like, wait a minute, this is Saturday morning. Yeah, But this dude, he just sat there and he talked to me for I don't know how long. So I just thought that was hilarious.
He's just like,
you know, and you can't be mad because it's like, you know, I don't have this thing that says, oh, this show was pre-recorded or something like that. So
he might have thought, you know.
Yeah, so I'm sure he like caught it and saw the number at the bottom of the screen, and he was like, oh, let me call in and you know, just give this guy what I'm thinking. So here we go. I'm getting ready. And you know what? I've got to get that thing scrolling across the screen here. Oh man, L's all fired up here about this, man. that probably, I think I started a war right there. All right, so here we go. 813-358-8154. I will be more than happy to take your call. See if we can get some people on here and you know, get your thoughts on the game. Talk about the Aints game coming up, and you know, what are your thoughts on that Saints game coming up?
To me, it's the biggest game of the year. It's more important than the Chiefs game. It's it's not only just
because it's a division game,
and it's also an NFC game for all those tiebreakers. Should we lose and like all that? There's just so much that just ramps up into that one game. So I honestly think whoever wins this game wins the division. Personally. Yeah.
So have we heard any updates on Crybaby Slant Boy? Is he coming back or what's going on with him?
Here's the injury report. So we have Sheldon Rakins has a knee injury and did not participate. Drew Brees has a right shoulder injury, limited participation.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Back up.
Oh,
so we're talking about this, and you know, this goes beyond my wildest dreams, and this is 2020, so anything's possible. I mean, you got Joe Buck in the NFL Hall of Fame, so anything at all is possible in the universe. So what you're telling me is we could potentially see Jameis Winston, but I doubt we will. I'm sure we'll see Drew Brees. I'm sure we will. But that shoulder injury, you know, it's a possibility. So I don't know. Is it even possible? I mean, is he like limited practice or getting practice?
Or like JPP's knee. Like JPP's always on the injury report with a knee. I think this is just like a maintenance day. Like, you know, whatever. Like he's still
and because because you've been in the league so long, you really don't have to go out there and go through all those reps and stuff because you know what you're doing.
Well, they might want honestly Jameis ready. They might have a package. You mean with Sean Payton, all bets are freaking off.
And while we're talking about this, and I know we're going to talk about this a lot more tomorrow, but while we're talking about this, Taysom Hill has been destroying defenses. And I don't care. You see him, you're sitting here like we're watching TV. I don't know. Did you watch the Saints game?
Oh, of course.
And you see Taysom Hill lined up under center. And you're like, this guy's going to get a first down or a touchdown. And sure enough, he gets a first down or a touchdown. And this is the thing that bothers me more than anything. Bucs fans or anybody that's not a Saints fan does not understand that Taysom Hill is an offensive weapon. He's not a quarterback. He's not a quarterback in the sense of being a quarterback. He's a guy that will come in there and he's used as an offensive weapon to get you a first down or to get you on down the field to make a big chunk play. That's what Taysom Hill does. That's who he is. And trying to get this through to people, why Sean Payton and that team did what they did, you can see that it pays dividends every time he's on the field.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's every time he's on the field, at least at quarterback, every time he's at quarterback, he's doing something with the ball. It's a read option. It's a power. It's something. Like it's him. It's the Taysom Hill show. He's the reason why they lost their 2 games. He fumbled, but the other games he's done well, and he helped seal the game.
So I'm going to ask you, putting your defensive coordinator hat on, how do you stop a Taysom Hill? Do you put a spy on him? What do you do to eliminate him from the equation and make the team take him out of make the team a little bit more one-dimensional? I won't say one-dimensional, but just how you can take him out of the play.
The only thing I can really say that would actually do it is to not be overly aggressive, which is obviously not something Todd Bowles loves to do. However, you have to play assignment-friendly football. It's like, facing Michael Vick in college or in high school or in college or in pros. Like, you can't let him get outside. You can't let him have that. Those
Derek Brooks used to light his ass up too.
Yeah, and
he didn't do well against the Bucs.
Honestly, I've been calling for this like all season. I want Devin Hill to only be a downhill player. I don't want him dropping in coverage. Make him the fifth rusher. Make him the spy for QBs like Daniel Jones or Taysom Hill or Kyler Murray. Just keep him downhill. That is what he does best. He's got 5 sacks already on the year, 3 of them being coverage sacks. Just being
because when I'm seeing him right now, there are plays where he doesn't look comfortable.
Yeah, no, he's not comfortable in coverage. And honestly, the touchdown that he led up to Dion Lewis on Monday was the best coverage I've seen on.
He was spot on. It was just spot on. That ball was placed where it needed to be placed at. So
that's why Daniel Jones was a first-round pick, because he can make that throw.
Yeah, most definitely. So, for you, what are your keys to that game? I mean, how do you see Tampa going up against this Saints team? And Saints fans are very optimistic. Saints fans are like almost sure that the Bucs are going to lose this game and the Saints are the better team.
Yeah, I got a hot seat question for you. What were the big 3 things the Bucs did against the Packers?
They played football, 4 quarters of football. Well, actually 3 quarters, excuse me. 3 quarters of football. Your no turnovers.
That's one.
They ran the ball well.
No sacks, no turnovers, and oh my goodness, no sacks, no penalties. Those are the big 3 for me.
There you go.
They can do that. Oh, cannon fire!
Hey,
what's up,
Red? What's going on, Red? How you doing, man? Yeah, that's pretty much where everything's going right now. Hey, Red, you want to jump on for a little bit, man? I gotta I'll hit you up on the link here, and you can come on if you want to. Let's see if I can get Red on here. I don't know.
Yeah,
kind of cool to have him on. I haven't had Red on yet. Let's see if I can get him.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
We've gone back and forth a couple times on stuff.
Yeah, let's see if I can find Red. But yeah, man, that's pretty much where we are. I know it's been kind of chill tonight. I know a lot of people were pissed off about this game, but again, folks, Bucs are 6-2. Can't take that away from the Bucs. They are 6-2.
Number 2 seed currently.
Number 2 seed. I'm just excited about all this, man. This is gonna end up being a good thing here. Oh
yeah, and then with everything, like the NFC is just so condensed right now. Like even the 49ers are still technically in it. So eventually they hopefully drop off. Like, there's going to be 6 good teams minus the NFC East winner. But like there's going to be 6 good teams in the playoffs.
That's crazy, isn't it? And what are the Eagles are what? Like, hold on. The Eagles got like 3 wins, I think.
They also have the tie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they do have that tie, don't they?
With the Bengals.
Yep. They're 3-4.
Yeah.
And they got a tie. And it's just crazy because the Washington football team could potentially, with a win, they could be.
They own the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
They beat them.
This is crazy. This NFC East team reminds me of the 2012 NFC West team, or the division.
Yeah. The Giants still at 1-7 are not eliminated.
No.
Like they still have a legitimate chance. That's crazy.
Yeah, there we go. T. Smitty was saying, speaking of the Eagles, can the media stop making excuses for Carson Wentz? You know what? That's a good point, man. I was thinking about that. If that was Donovan McNabb, they would have ran him out of town on a rail. Period. End of story. I don't know what it is about Carson Wentz. I do not get the love for that guy.
Well,
I can understand Nick Foles. Because Nick Foles actually did something. But when you talk about like Carson Wentz, I don't know.
It's so many injuries that like it's easy for me to give him a slight pass. But then when like he's got Travis Fulgham playing out of his mind, and he's still struggling. He still makes those terrible passes in the red zone and makes Jameis Winston-esque turnovers that, I mean, like, I'm out. But, like, he's just so, like, he's more up and down, in my opinion, than Daniel Jones has been this year. And Daniel Jones has set a record for, like, the most turnovers in his, like, 30 starts.
Jesus,
like,
what did he have? Like, he had two interceptions, right, in that game?
Yeah, the two interceptions that basically lost them the game. One of them, like, Shaq had him pulling him down, and he still tried to loft it up for a receiver, and SMD dove for it. Thank God. But you see, he had a rough couple games, and Dean got roasted on Monday. That was so sad to see. Double move city on.
You know, but there are a lot of D-backs that just bite off that, man. That just get beat off the double move.
Hard. Well, it's hard when you're on an island. I mean, Todd Bowles puts a lot on these DBs, man.
There we go. I'm checking the Twitter line here. Shout out to Stank Bastard from Bucking Idiots. I hope you're watching right now, because I'm very upset that you didn't let me know that you guys have Bucking Idiots masks, COVID masks. I would actually wear a Bucking Idiots COVID mask personally. I would actually wear that. But anyway, and I've got the swag. I've got the loose cannons. I got the loose cannons T-shirt. I've got the Bucking Idiots. I'll be rocking that stuff from time to time. So yeah, shout out to these guys. I mean, they're doing an amazing job. Again, there are so many Bucs podcasts out there, and everybody's got their little niche, man. Everybody's got their thing that makes them different or sets them apart from everybody else. And that's what I love about, the community. I mean, you've got like Pewtercast and how they do things. And then you've got like Bucking Idiots, you've got Loose Cannons, and, then you've got Cannon Fire and Rhett. Hopefully I can get Rhett on here. I don't know what happened. He just kind of disappeared. Anyway, I guess that's a no. He's not coming on. But anyway, Ryan Suckup was low-key MVP of the game. And how did they reward Ryan Suckup?
NFC Special Teams Player of the Week.
NFC Special Teams Player of the game of the week. And I have to say again, shout out to him. And I'm sorry, I was wrong about you, bro. I was wrong.
Well, let's keep knocking on wood, because it's still Bucs kickers, man.
Yeah, it is Bucs kickers. Yeah, exactly. So, but for right now, I'm not stressed, and he's a big part of it. I love you, and my liver loves you too, man. Thank you. Just saying, just putting that out there. So, I do want to kind of get back to what we were talking about earlier with the, you were talking about the game flow. If you're an offensive coordinator, how do you change that? How do you change what's happening, what we're seeing? Besides, don't run on first down every single down.
So all I have to say kind of is do what Jason Garrett did. Like, fucking have fun with it. Like, play like you're a 1-7 team that's still in it. Like, be
play
creative.
Like you're in my backyard.
Yeah, like have some fun. Like the best plays that Jameis Winston made were, just getting out of the pocket and just, being on the fly. But like,
But again, with Tom Brady, you lose that level of athleticism.
Well,
but you make up for it with being. And I hate the way people say game manager. I don't think Tom Brady's a game manager. I think Tom Brady's a guy that takes advantage of mismatches and opportunities. And we saw those pick sixes early on. We saw a couple of interceptions, and he settled it down, cleaned it up, and it hasn't been something that we've talked about.
He hasn't thrown an interception since week 3, right?
Yeah.
So I guess
was that the Chargers game? It was a Chargers game, right?
It was
Chargers
Broncos.
game was a pick six. Oh, Broncos.
Chargers. Yeah, Chargers was the pick 6. You're right.
Yeah.
That was last 23.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess with the whole scheme thing, I guess my only thing is everything that the Bucs seem to do is based off of choice routes. So Mike Evans, he kind of it's okay, he's double teamed, but he's running a deep choice route. So he's not going to get the ball. But then you can scheme him to do other things. You can put him in the slot. You can, have him have different slants over them. When was the last time you saw Mike Evans catch a slant? You can scheme against a double team. DeAndre Hopkins does it. I'm not saying Mike is behind. They're both all different skill sets with those top 5 to 7, 10 receivers. but like you can do things to scheme people open, and that's where I think Godwin's to me the key of the offense, because Godwin does so many different things. Like you can ask Mike to do some of them. Like you don't have to make him, just stick to a role and say do this.
Yeah,
we'll throw it to you whenever.
And one thing that I will say is Mike Evans looked a lot better in this game. I think he's getting healthier from the ankle injury.
Oh yeah,
another guy that looked really good was Scotty Miller. Scotty Miller looked way better. And I'm going to give a shout out to somebody I normally slander as much as I can, and that's Donovan Smith. There were some running plays. There was run blocks that he was pancaking people, and he was doing what he was supposed to do. He was doing what we know that he's capable of doing with his physical tools. So again, that was just, it was good to see that. Guys, you can call in 813-358-8154. Hit us up, man. I'd love to hear from y'all. Rock 813, Saints fans are running their gator. I just went through it with them. Can't wait till we put a stake in their hearts. Yeah, the Who Dat Nation, they loved to whine and complain about the refs. Oh my God. If you just, because I've got a lot of friends that are Saints fans, and I'm sorry, I can't help my friends are good friends. They just have poor choices in football teams, and it's nothing I can do about that. But to this point, I will say this: the Saints, are in trouble. Do we know? Are they going to have Emmanuel Sanders? Will he be healthy in this game?
He was a limited participant in the practice today as well. He's been. Oh wait, actually, he's not even on the injury report, so I'm guessing he's good. He didn't play last week.
Right. I think they were trying to sit him, and they're trying to rest all their players for this game on Sunday. What about Alvin Kamara? I know Alvin Kamara has a foot injury. What's the story on that?
He's just limited. Sean
limited,
Payton
so
just says it's a day-to-day thing. It's kind of like when we'll know Friday.
So when Pucker Lips says that means that basically he's going to play.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, this is too big of a game. I mean, this and like the Chiefs game they don't. I'll go through the Saints schedule. They don't have that hard of a schedule other than the Chiefs.
They had a very easy schedule.
Yeah.
When you look at it, let's look at this together. Shall we?
So they play the Bucs, and then they play the 49ers, which just became an easy game not this Sunday, but the following. Then the Falcons.
The Falcons, Jesus Christ.
Both of those games at home.
But it's a division. It's a division rival, so you never know what Falcons
beat them there last year. Yeah.
And we don't know what the Falcons are capable of doing. Then you've got the Donkeys, and
I think that's a trap game for them. That's in Colorado. That is possibly a snow game, which for Drew Brees and his noodle arm,
and it's going to be a 4:20, right? That's an afternoon game. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Something like that. And then they got to play the Beagles, and then they play that game, Week 15, 12:20 is going to be the game. I will be tuned into this game where they face the Kansas City Chiefs. That is going to be a good game right there.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure the Bucs don't play at 4:00 that day. No, they play the Falcons at 1, so that's a great back-to-back watch right there.
And then the Minnesota Vikings with the reemergence of Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook was he's a man on a mission right there.
See, he
was a grown-ass man doing his thing.
I'm not worried about him against the Bucs personally. However, against the Saints, if he can control the game like he did against Rodgers, oh man, if the Vikings played in an outdoor stadium in Minnesota and just gave the ball to Cook 30 times a game, they could win a lot more games.
But the problem is his durability.
Oh yeah,
he just cannot stay healthy, and that's just something that's something else that probably needs to change too. Is if he's not helping the team if he's on the sidelines, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the Saints essentially have a similar schedule to the Bucs. I mean, they have the Chiefs. They play the Panthers. They play the Falcons twice and the Panthers. So they have the same division games essentially left. And they have the Chiefs just later. The Eagles game is it's kind of what we had against the Giants. I hope it's snowing in Philly and they just have a rough time. But,
I don't know. It's still up in the air right now.
Yeah.
But with that extra team being added in the playoff picture, does that make it better? I mean, does that make it a little bit easier path for the Buccaneers to get to the playoffs, or what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think with the Niners essentially eliminating themselves at this point, I think it's, the Bucs are going to make the playoffs. It's just, what seed do they win the division? But honestly, whoever's the 5 seed technically isn't in a bad place. If you got to play the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Redskins on the road, I'm not concerned. Like, if you're going to be a wild card, just be number 5, because if you're 6-7, you're going to be playing 2 and 3, which are going to be some good teams. It's going to be the Seahawks. It's going to be the Bucs. It's going to be the Packers. It's going to be the Saints. It's going to be one of those 4 teams. You just don't want to play them.
Yeah, and that's pretty much where we are right now, man. It's just going to be crazy, and it's fun. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what makes football fun. We're not talking about
the draft.
Nobody's putting a mock draft up right now. I swear to God, I will block your ass if you put up a mock draft and include me on your tweet. I will block your ass. I swear to God. And we should be talking about the postseason. We shouldn't be talking about the draft in April. We should be talking about the postseason. So just keep that in mind. I will mute. Well, I probably won't be so hasty as to block somebody. I'll mute you and then forget I muted you. That could happen. So
that's essentially a block.
So yeah, that's about the same thing. So yeah, but again, man, that's just that's what we should be talking about. Playoff scenarios, because I think we're getting to that point where we can really start really talking about this. Oh, and T. Smitty makes a great point here. People don't realize of the rivalry to Saints Falcons. That's like the Bucs and the Green Bay Packers used to be in the NFC Norris, not North, the Norris division back in the day, when them assholes used to come into Houlihan Stadium and stink it up and bring all their people and all their snowbirds and their RVs and their cheese and whatnot and bring it down there, and they would just show up, man. It was just crazy. That was I don't know. When I look at it, I would say Green Bay, it's a toss-up between Green Bay and Chicago. Those two fan bases, I don't know who I dislike more, but I'm kind of leaning towards Green Bay. The arrogance that they have, like they're supposed to be, big time or whatever, we'll see.
Yeah, no.
And Andy Finley brought up an interesting point with Will Golston being placed on COVID reserve. That is huge. If you guys do not realize the contributions that Will Golston has made to this defense this year, I encourage you to go back and look at some film, because this guy is an unsung hero.
I'm hopeful that he's going to play. He's already gotten COVID, so the biggest concern is, could he be a spreader?
Is he like asymptomatic? Oh, hold on. Oh, we got T. Smitty calling in.
Uh-oh.
All right, man. You are live on Buck What You Heard. Who we talking with? Oh, Rob G. What's up, Rob G?
We can't hear him.
This is Rob G, man. I thought it was T. Smitty, but it's Rob G. Even better. What's going on, brother? How is life? Okay, hold on 1 second. They're saying they can't hear you, so give me 1 second here. All right, go ahead and talk, caller. I'm sorry. Let's see if we can hear you now. Still can't hear you. God bless. What in the heck is going on here? It was working fine. It's not working. Hold on 1 second here. Let's see. Let's see if we can get you back on. All right. How about now? Let's see. How about now? Nothing? Still nothing? You can't hear him? Yeah, because I thought this was all fixed from last week. Hold on one second. All right. Trying to think. What else am I missing here? Okay, how about one more time? Let's have you talk. No, I'm sorry. They still can't hear. They still can't hear you. Hold on one second. I thank you for calling in. Let me see if I can fix this. What the heck's going on here? All right, I turn the mic up. That's that. All right, how about now? How about now? Can you hear him? No. I'll tell you what. Call me back in. Call back in just a moment. Okay. All right. All right. So let's see. All right, he's going to call back in. Sorry about that, guys. This is the beauty of going live. All right, so we'll try this one more time and see if this works. All right, so that's good. He's going to call back in. Andy, isn't it past your bedtime, Andy? Really? This guy. So what he was saying, let me see if I'm going to call him back. And see
yeah, do that.
Yeah, that might work.
I'm just having fun looking at the playoff picture.
Yeah.
Right now, Chicago's the number 8 seed.
Right. Chicago's number 8.
5-3.
Can you please repeat what you were talking about when you were talking about Nick Foles? When you made the Big Dick Nick comment, what the hell are you talking about?
Oh, don't ever call him Big Dick Nick.
Yeah, don't ever call him Big Dick Nick anymore.
Yeah, because he's not clutch. He hasn't been clutch in 3 or 4 years. Like, ever since the Super Bowl, he's been a deflation of a quarterback. Like, he just kept going down. He got replaced by Gardner Minshew in Jackson.
Yeah, he did.
How much? He's done okay for the Bears, but the Bears' defense has carried them.
Hey, can you now? So let's see if they can hear you now. Still nothing. What the fuck? Let's see. Everybody else, I'm sorry, man. Let's see. Trying to think what I can do real quick to make this work. But anyway, God. The one day that this is supposed to work. I had to test this here and see what happened. But no, I had somebody on earlier. I had somebody on over the weekend, and it was just fine. I don't understand what this is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But go ahead, and I'll just kind of relay this. We'll do that. Kind of ghetto, but make this work. We will make it work. That's well. Let me say that. And the question was regarding Antonio Brown and will this stunt the growth of Scotty Miller? I think I'm going to say I don't agree with that because I think Scotty Miller and Tom Brady have a great relationship. Kind of like Jameis Winston had a great relationship with Adam Humphries. And that's what this kind of reminds me of. I love Antonio Brown. I think Antonio Brown has a different dynamic than a Scotty Miller. I think when you have Scotty Miller, Antonio Brown, and Mike Evans all in the field, it's pick your poison. And we haven't even talked about Rob Gronkowski, which I feel like here's another factor. There are just so many tools that Tom Brady has to work with. And he's not that guy that's going to focus in on one player. So that's why, like, if you look at I don't know, have you looked at the stats from that game on Monday? I think Mike Evans led the team with 55 yards reception. Everybody was sitting at like 35, 25, and it just wasn't. It wasn't where they focused in on this guy and they forced him the ball, they'd spread the ball around and they did what they had to do. But again, shout out to the defensive coordinator and the offensive coordinator for the Giants, because they made it work. So again, that's one of those things that they actually have fixed. And as far as the locker room goes, and I keep hearing the word locker room and Antonio Brown, I think when you're talking about Antonio Brown staying with Tom Brady, Antonio Brown getting another opportunity, being brought back, his career being brought back from the dead and getting that opportunity to do what he can do, and we know that he can do. He is a talent. Bruce Arians said it. Mike Evans has said it. And, you keep hearing that he's in phenomenal shape coming into the season. That bodes well for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, considering them going into the back end of the season. I'm excited for him. And I think that the locker room is the least of the issues. It's going to be the only person that's going to defeat Antonio Brown is going to be himself. And when I look at the list of the teams that the Bucs are going to play, the only teams that I see really beating the Bucs are the Bucs beating themselves. And
100%.
And I don't care if we're talking about Kansas City. Kansas City has that monkey on their back. Kansas City has not beaten the Tampa Bay Buccaneers since '93. Okay, let's keep that in perspective here. So I believe that this team has the weapons on defense and offense. If they're all playing in sync and you get 4 quarters of football, mistake-free football, and they can go out and do what they need to do, I can see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beating the Kansas City Chiefs, just personally.
Oh, me too. I mean, it just comes down to playing mistake-free football.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
If they can do that, then, it's like you said, it's the Bucs beating the Bucs. There's not a team better assembled, in my opinion, on paper. So it just comes down to execution.
Yeah, and we've seen flashes of that, but we just haven't seen it consistently throughout a series of games.
Exactly. They still haven't even played full 4 quarters of outstanding football. Imagine the day that.
Okay. Hold on. What was you going to say? No, I don't see it. If you look at matchups and you look down the list of teams that the Bucs will face, I can't think of a slot corner that will be able to shut down Antonio Brown if he was in the slot. I can't even seriously. I can't even remotely
watch him move. It's ridiculous. The guy can just stop.
And if you just stop and watch his footwork, you don't have to watch the rest of his body. Watch his feet when he's coming out of his break. Ankles are going to get, ankles could get broken. I mean, it is what he's a phenomenal player. And I think he's just been the only thing that's held himself back has been himself. But I equate a lot of that to that Vontaze Burfict hit. And I'm going to die on that hill by myself, saying that after that Vontaze Burfict hit, he was never the same. But I honestly believe that he realizes that this is his opportunity to shine, to come in and do something. And I would love to see him be successful here. I really would. I would love to see him here and then, possibly re-sign him. And, it's going to be interesting to see that. Quick question for you guys. Real quick question. Who do you think, if Marpet can't go, who replaces Marpet? Because we know he's in concussion protocol.
You're asking me or the caller?
I'm asking both.
Oh, I'm going to say Haig.
You're going to say Haig?
But, A.Q. Shipley, he's a little small for a guard, for my opinion. But Haig, I think, he's got signed for this role, in my opinion. If it's not him, then that means there's something wrong with him. So yeah, absolutely.
Well, hey, listen, I promise next week I will have this problem fixed. You're like the second person this happened to, but I have to figure out what's going on with this. And we will get this fixed. And whether I have to test it, I may call you back this weekend and see if you can help me test this and make sure it's working. But we'll have this working by next week, so you can call in and we can talk about the Bucs beating the Saints, right?
Let's go.
All right, man. Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it. Sorry it didn't work out where we could hear you, but we'll work on that. We'll get that problem fixed. All right. All right. Thank you, sir. Man, the ironies of freaking technology not working like it's supposed to. Anyway.
Dude, my entire company, every person on my team had a technical issue today. Yeah. Like, no joke. Like, it's just how it is.
Yeah, those things happen. Yeah, I know. Look, I work with it myself, and we have outages. We've had outages, and it's just been like, oh shit. Now what? Now how do you fix this?
Yeah.
Now, and all you can say is, oh, we're working on. We don't have an ETA, but we'll get it fixed. That kind of thing. So, I totally get it, and that's the fun of doing this. Where sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, wow, we've been on for an hour and 5 minutes. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then the one caller we get, this doesn't even freaking work, man. We got to fix that.
We'll fix it.
We will fix that. But anyway, guys, we are out of time. I'm trying to do better about not like stretching this all out. Be sure to check us out tomorrow on Bucs Report. We will be live on Bucs Report, where we will get a chance to actually talk about this game and other games and whatever you guys want to talk about. And we may even test this to make sure this is working, just so we can, make sure everything's fixed. But you can catch me and KB, or KB and me, or both of us, where we'll be on here tomorrow. Yeah.
I'm always wrong.
Yeah, you would get kicked off the Brady Bunch with that, man. You're like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Get the hell out of here. But anyway, we are out of here, and we will be back on tomorrow. Check us out. Be sure to check us out on Bucs Report when we do what we do on Bucs Report. And we'll get a little bit more in-depth. I'm going to try to get some screenshots, and we'll talk about some things and make some things happen. And, hey, listen, tomorrow, if I can, I'll try to get this all fixed. Tomorrow, we will be giving away a free T-shirt from Smack Apparel. So if you call in and I pick you, and actually we're going to do this, and I just did call to Audible. Just called to Audible just now.
He's thinking on his feet, everyone.
That's right, man. When I get out here and I did that pre-snap read, I just called to Audible. Basically, what we're going to do is when you call in, the first person to call in, I'm going to hit you with the hot seat questions, and these are the same hot seat questions as I had tonight. Maybe. I may switch them out. You don't know. But there will be 10 questions in 1 minute. If you can answer these questions, you'll be eligible. I won't say eligible. You'll the first caller, first come, first serve. I'm going to go ahead and hook you up with a free Smack Apparel T-shirt. It could be Bruce Arians. It could be Tom Brady. But you know what? Free is free.
They're all cool, man. They're all.
And free is my favorite F word. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, be sure to check us out tomorrow. We will be on Bucs Report, and we'll be doing the damn thing. And that's pretty much it. We about to be out of here. Peace.
Awesome. Peace.